Today, we are going to make some grass. No, I'm not in Colorado, so it's not going to be that kind of grass. It's our techniques that are so simple and sensible, your models will practically build themselves. Hello folks, it's Mad Dog Merv. Today I'm coming to you from my office, and I have something very interesting to show you. This book here. This book is, it says Photos, East High School, Construction, 1912 to 1914. As far as I know, it's the only book of its kind in existence, and well, I have it here in my possession. And I'm going to show you a couple of pictures that are in here of the construction of the old East High School. Also, I have an old East High School yearbook that we're going to look at a couple of pictures. I believe it's like 1937. So we're going to take a look at those pictures, just, you know, early pictures of East High School. Thought it would be kind of fun. So stick with Mad Dog Merv, and on our Echoes from the Chalkboard today, we're going to look at some photos of East High School. So whether you live in Salt Lake City or not, you've probably heard of East High School because of the Disney series High School Musical. There was those 3 films that came out. Well, they were filmed at East High School here in Salt Lake City. And more recently, there is a series, High School Musical, and here's the cast from that is filmed nearby here, but also at East High School. The building we're talking about is the predecessor, the original East High School that started construction back in 1912. So we're going to look at some of these construction photographs, and as I say, these come from that Shipler commercial photography book that we have down here at Facilities. And this isn't all the pictures by any stretch of the imagination. What was neat about these is they have dates written on most of them that say when exactly these pictures were taken. This is the first picture in the book, so I'm not sure exactly. I know it's 1912, but I don't know exactly what it's a picture of, other than maybe the construction office. But here we are looking south on 1300 East, and you can kind of see what the lay of the land looks like there. Here is a good construction photo, 7/8 of 12. And you can see looking to the north and some of the buildings off in the distance that are actually still there today. You'll remember from the earlier video I put up of East High School, there was a couple of construction photos there as well, and some great pictures of 13th East before it was paved. You can see here in January of, I think that's 13. Anyway, on the back side of the building, there are some railroad tracks. Obviously, there was a streetcar line that came down 1300 East, and there was a switch put in. That way they could rail car in the materials they needed for building the building. Isn't this a great picture here of those rail cars in the back? Yeah, loaded with building materials as this thing goes up. March 29th of 1913. Great picture. Love that picture. So let's look at the interior. And we'll come back to this one a little bit later, but this is a great interior shot taken on what you would call the 2nd floor in the front of the building. And we'll talk about this one a little bit more later. Here we are, 6/5 of 13, and you can see it's coming together very nicely. A picture of the back side of the building, and I believe right dead center is where your ROTC rifle range was. Built the original rifle range. Here's a great picture. I'm not sure the floor, 2nd or 3rd floor in the back, the west part of the building, I'm sure, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. Great picture of the boiler room and the boilers, the original boilers that were put in there. By the time I got to work there, these were long gone, and there were some other boilers that had taken their place, but notice they put them in well before there was a floor above it. So here's the backside looking pretty good. Now we've got a smokestack in for the boiler room, and excuse me, we've got the staircases on the 4 corners. I believe this is the area above the auditorium, if I am not mistaken. They're on the very top floor. And here's a classroom before the wooden floor actually got put in. You can see the joists there, and it looks like some kind of a, I don't know, sound deadening or something. I don't know what that is. Kind of interesting. But here is another classroom with the wood floor laid, and you can see the doors that they're getting ready to put in certain parts. Beautiful, beautiful hardwood flooring in these old high schools. Here's a great picture looking to the northwest. This looks like 1013 of 13. And you can see on the far left side the old miners' hospital. Pretty neat picture. And this one taken again looking down to the city. This must have been a pretty clear day for that time, because you look at vintage pictures from that time and all you ever see is a bunch of smoke. This is a great picture here. The cement steps in the back, or the cement bleachers, whatever you want to call them. But a nice close-up picture of those being finished up. Great picture. So here's another nice interior picture. Looks like a girls' restroom being finished. Have no idea which one it is, but just a great shot of one of the girls' restrooms. So this next picture, I know exactly where this was taken. This would be the northwest corner of the very first floor. That staircase, of course, when I worked there, was enclosed because of the fire. But yeah, first floor, south or northwest corner. This, I'm not sure which floor this was taken on, but beautiful, beautiful hardwood floor, huh? Wow. Got to be one of the upper levels. And here is a finished boys' restroom. And I believe this was the end of December of 13 is when this was taken. Pretty neat. Pretty neat to see that. Yeah, 1227. I think this is like the third floor, looking north, where that exterior staircase comes in. And of course, this picture here of the backside of the auditorium, I believe that would be the light booth. So that's kind of a neat picture there. Hadn't seen that before. All right, so these pictures come from a guy named Stephen Burt, who took them from a 1927 East High yearbook. So thank you for posting these. I actually have access to most of the old East High School yearbooks. I just haven't gone through them and gotten pictures harvested out of them yet. But here's some great pictures of the outside with the trees at that time. Lots and lots of trees, by the way. This picture here looks like it's the northeast corner of the building. I can't tell exactly. Again, with all these trees, and what appears to be the southeast corner, if I'm not mistaken, of the building, but I could be wrong on this one as well. So my earliest recollection of going into East High School was in junior high school, when I was part of a band group, and during the summer we had some meeting, and I remember going in these stairs here on the southeast corner of the building over by the band room, and I remember seeing big hallways in this building. It just was really quite the experience. So I love this picture. The only one that I have ever run into of the old football field, and it's looking southwest. The big beautiful trees that are there now aren't there in this picture, so they're either really little or they haven't been planted yet. And those homes that are off in the distance, well, they're still there, which is kind of neat. If you go up there today, they're hard to see because of all the big trees. This looks like an office area. Look at that roll top desk. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, wow. And that carpet or that rug, whatever that is on the floor, that's pretty amazing looking. Don't know what this is. I don't have any idea what this exactly is. Is it the old library? It could very well be. Look at those lights. Aren't those cool? And here's an old art room. Drafting, sculpture. I don't know what they did in here, but yeah, this really is a cool picture to me. It's interesting when years later I was there as a custodian and having to clean some of these rooms that were so old back then. And it's neat to see these pictures now. This particular, the Arboretum Room, I believe that was on the northeast corner of the building. I have no idea what this is. Look how many desks are in there. I'm thinking this might have been the ballroom, but no, the ceiling isn't high enough, I don't think. Anyway, the main foyer. This is looking south on the second floor, the main foyer. You can see the two stairways that go up into the auditorium. That's a neat picture. I remember as a custodian scrubbing and waxing this floor and how beautiful this foyer was. Of course, the lighting was a whole lot different in my day than back then. But remember this picture, this construction photo? Well, this is that same area, except for this is looking north through that same area. You can see where they've built those ramps that they actually put the stairs on to go into the auditorium. Love that picture. Here's a good close-up of the stairs finished with that beautiful marble, which I do have a piece of the marble that came out of the foyer there at East. When I was there, there was two statues, Hebe and Diana, and this is taken obviously before then. And here is the staircases that go up to the main foyer from the front doors. Wow, beautiful, beautiful marble. Too bad they couldn't have reproduced that. And finally, the auditorium. You can see the old piano there inside the auditorium. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed these photos.